Welcome back to Gero Dynamics. Okay, so this is going to be the second video where I go over spoilers. We're going all the way back to, let's see here, when did these spoilers come out? This is spoilers from June 4th. This is when someone found them in their Baldur's Gate packs, right? And they were like, oh, this is for the next set, and so these are these at the time were actual spoilers, not how Wizards does preview cards. These, but I think they probably did it on purpose. So so the art on these is not as clear, and later on in the videos we'll see the official spoilers of these, so we'll see better versions of them. But let's go ahead and take a look at these, just because this was a fun moment. The reason why I didn't put out the videos earlier is because I was actually it was my anniversary weekend with my girlfriend, and so we went out of town. So I didn't do the videos as they were coming out. So that's why I'm doing them all now. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. Blood Artist. We will start with Blood Artist. All right. So, Blood Artist has had a lot of printing. So this is one of those cards where it didn't need a reprint, as far as, there's plenty of copies out there. But also keep in mind, it's an uncommon in most of these printings, and it's still a $2 to $3 card at uncommon. So in that sense, yeah, it did need a reprint, because a card like this is just in such demand, right? The other reason why it needed the reprint, hold on, I am going to cough. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for the video. Anyways, the other reason is because this version here, when I clicked on it, it pulled up the actual version. This is new art too. Look at that. All right. So does it have the full art? No. And when I go back, I hope this doesn't mess up my video. Is it going to go back to where I was? Yeah, good. All right, perfect. Otherwise, I probably would have started the video over. Okay, so this version of it right here. I'm going to take a moment to talk about this for all of these. I love this about this set. I love that they're doing this. So, okay, so a lot of these cards are going to be good in draft, right? And so a lot of commons and uncommons are there for the draft format. Not many people need them as reprints. They're commons and uncommons. It's pretty easy to get your hands on them in their other printings. And they're not too cheap, or not too expensive, so you can go out and buy them if you need to buy them. So they weren't really needed as far as reprints go, but you need them in the draft format, and you need commons and uncommons in every set. So what they did here was they went here. This is not what people want to watch. So what they did here was they said, okay, of the commons and uncommons, which ones are staples in Commander? That's, maybe some of the other formats too, but let's be honest, most of these are because they're staples in Commander. And they're like, even though they're common and uncommon, they're staples in Commander. Let's give them the full art, foil, new art treatment. Everything is super fancy about this, and you're going to put these in your Commander deck, and you're going to love it. That's basically what it is. This is exactly for me. This is exactly what I do as a collector. I want a copy of Blood Artist that I'm going to put in all my Commander decks. I like the art. It's decent art. I like full art foil. And so I'm excited to have these in the set in this manner. So let's go ahead and touch on Blood Artist specifically. Okay, so just to kind of talk about it, I have this version, the Secret Lair Blood Artist, and that's technically would be the version that I use in my Commander decks. I was never a big fan of this art. I know some people love the tattoo art cards. It wasn't my favorite art, but I liked that it was a different version. I wanted the Secret Lair. I do like the Pithing Needle art in the Secret Lair. But if I pull one of these, so I wouldn't go out and buy this card individually. Well, I may, because it's probably going to be pretty cheap. But either way, I wouldn't specifically go out and buy it. I'd keep this version of it right here. But if I pull the other version, this is going to go on the market, or it's going to be available for trade or whatever it is when I start doing that with my collection. Okay. But there's also a bunch of versions, and it's all the same art other than, oh, here it is. It's down here. So this art right here, and then this art right here, and then now the new one in Double Masters, which is right here showing no art. That card, that art is nice too. So, you know, that'll be good for people. But yeah, Blood Artist, good reprint in that, you know, it's a $3 uncommon. And I like the art, and it'll be a fun variant for my collection. All right, let's move on. Talked about Blood Artist long enough. Wall of Omens is the next one. I love this art. You can see it right here. I think the only other art is this one right here, the F&M promo. I don't own that one. I think I just have regular versions of it from multiple different sets. Eternal Masters, maybe the Mystery Booster version, a couple of the different Commander versions. I have the card, obviously, multiple copies of it. But I want this. I want it. And I will probably buy it if I don't pull it. Just because I think that is a great... One, it's a great card. Two, that art is amazing. I love that. Okay, moving on. Okay, Mulldrifter is a little bit more complicated for me. It's one of my favorite cards. I own these two right here. I own the Secret Lair. And I have been struggling with what I am going to do when I finally sell these cards. Am I going to keep the child art? Am I going to keep the adult art? So child art, adult art, which one do I keep? Do I keep them both because, you know, they're part of a collection? I also have this, the Time Spiral Remaster version. I like the old border. I like the original art. It's great art. You know, so I have that. I have Commander Legends, the full art version in foil. So I have a lot of good versions of this card already. I don't own this one, but that's some really, really cool art. I didn't even know about that until I pulled up this screen right here. That's a great card. I like that. This new art is amazing too, you know, full art. I'm going to have a really tough time with this one. And one of the things that I have found myself leaning towards possibly doing, especially in a card that's in this value range where it's, you know, how much is it to print a proxy? Am I going to go ahead and am I making any money by selling them? You know, so I start like questioning my collection philosophy with a card like this that's going to be in multiple decks. Do I keep a version, keep multiple versions that go in multiple decks? That's what I'm kind of leaning towards, but we shall see. We shall see. I will keep one of each version at most with a situation like this card. This card's kind of one of those. Sol Ring is another one. I have many different versions of Sol Ring. I need a Sol Ring in pretty much every deck. So am I going to keep multiple versions of Sol Ring, or am I going to narrow it down and pick the one that I want in all my decks? That's a tough choice. So we will see what happens. I will update you when I finally make that decision. But Mulldrifter has a lot of good options, and I'm happy to see it in Double Masters. All right, next we have Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness goes in a lot of my decks also. It does. I have this version, obviously. Not a huge fan of the art. I've already kind of talked about that. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as the Blood Artist art. I kind of like it. I have the retro frame version of it. I believe the full art version, I have that from... No, I don't have that. That's the Ultimate Masters. I don't think this came in Commander Legends. Did it? Commander Legends as a full art? It doesn't look like it. I think it was in Commander Legends. Maybe not. I'm not seeing it. So I don't know for sure that there was a full art version other than this box topper version. I don't own that. I probably wouldn't go out and get that. I was probably using this one or the retro frame because I do kind of like the retro frame. This is a cool version of it, but you know, I don't own it. I wouldn't go out and get it. I do hope I pull this. I don't know that I would buy it. Hey Bruce, my dog's gonna make an appearance maybe. I do like the full art version of this card. I think that if I pull it, that will be my new version. If I don't pull it, then I will think about going out and buying it. We shall see. But I do have that secret lair version. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Alright, let's go on to the next card. Okay. The next card is Mentor of the Meek. I want this version. I have some of the other versions, but they're not cool variants. I don't even think I own a foil version. It's a good card. I could see putting it in a number of different decks. And yeah, so there's not much to say. It's a good reprint. Get a good variant of the card, and not that it's worth a bunch of money, but they did downgrade it to uncommon, so that's also a nice plus. All right, moving on. This Flicker Wisp. Okay, so this is a card I do put in multiple decks. It doesn't look like there's been any variants of this card printed before. Plenty of reprints of this card though. It wasn't needed as a reprint. It's not expensive, but it is a good card to have in the draft format. That'll be fun. And then also we get this variant, and I want it. That's too expensive. I don't think that I will be paying that much for it, but it is a very popular card, so it may not go as low as some of the others. Bruce, okay, down Bruce, come on. Yeah, down boy. Okay, good boy. All right, so, but yes, I want that variant. I hope to get that variant. It's a good one. Moving on to Bloodbraid Elf, and then this is the last one before all the bounce lands. All right, Bloodbraid Elf. There are a number of different arts, a ton of printings. It's a good card. I don't think this is my favorite art, although I do like full art foil, so I could see keeping that. And I don't think I have, maybe I have the Time Spiral Remaster version of it. I don't have this F&M promo of it. So if I get this version, it will be the version that I keep. That I play with, that I keep as my variant of the card, but it's not my favorite art. Actually, I think this is probably my favorite art of the card, so if they had done like a full art version of this, it would be an easy choice. I do like the art on all of these, but it's not my favorite, so I kind of like it, I guess, is the answer. Alright, so if I pull the variant, great. If I don't see myself going out and buying this. I definitely don't see going out and buying it for 50, but it should drop quite a bit. Alright, moving on to all the bounce lands, and it's super simple. It's all the same thing. I want these. I will get these. They will go in my commander decks, all of them. And so on that day, there were 5 of them spoiled. I'm pretty sure there's 10 of them. All 10 are going to be in the set. All of them have had many reprints. I'm pretty sure, let's see, do any of these ones have any alternate art? I think they are all the same art. This is the first time we're getting a new art, if I'm not mistaken. See, as you can see, tons and tons of reprints for these. These are in lots of commander sets, lots of different, or commander precons. And again, I think it's all the same art all the way through. And let's see, I think they were even in the decks that came out, if I'm not, yeah, the guild kits. They were even in the guild kits. They didn't have new art there, although I do like the little logo that they had for their guild. But in general, straight across the board, the quick answer is I want the full art foil versions of all these cards that have been spoiled. I love the arts. I love full art versions of them, and I will own them. I will get them. They probably won't be super expensive, but I may be putting out, a few dollars each. We shall see. I could be completely wrong. It could be way more because they're staples. But yeah, I hope to pull them, and if I don't pull them, I will buy them. All right, I think this video is getting long enough. Let's see, we're at 14 minutes. Perfect. All right, everybody, I'm going to stop here. The next video will be the next set of spoilers. I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. If you guys have any feedback, it'd be greatly appreciated. I'm going to continue moving forward with these videos. Have a good day. Take care.